Hello everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. As you all remember, my name is Ishan, and today is one amazing day when we are gonna interview one more amazing blogger. It's another Indian blogger, and let me introduce you to Mr. Mr. Samir Khasnis. He's an English lecturer at the TP Bhatia College, and he has got numerous accolades established to his name. If I had to tell you about a few, it's like mono acting, and he's done three amazing short films, which you are bound to watch after you watch this interview.
Thank you.
Additionally, he's been volunteering in the Pani Foundation, which is a thing which not really people usually do. Sir, I had a little question to you. Sir,
Yeah.
when you do such brilliant stuff, how do you get time to, how do you get your time to give to your students?
See, the very first thing I would tell you is that I'm a movie buff as well. I used to watch a lot of films at times when I was of formative age of yours. And my uncle is a Bollywood film director who made huge number of movies, including one called Tezab. The senior most members of your family, your mother, your father, somebody in your family would be aware of this movie, even you as well. And in this movie, there's a great line from Mr. Anil Kapoor. He says, "Time hota nahi hai, nikalna padta hai." So what I do is that I always make a point to get time out of everything what I am doing, so I can contribute in terms to everything what I actually love and what I enjoy. So I do take time for everything, including right now what we are doing right this moment of time. So it is all based on how you think, how you take time out of everything.
Yes, sir, that's an amazing thought, and we hope that all of us who are viewing can incorporate this, so it'll help
We
us
surely
live a
will.
better life.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I've got some questions for you, so can we start?
Please. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
My first question for you was that when you started blogging, when did you start blogging?
See, what happened was that writing is something which I'm doing it for so long. I cannot recollect exactly when I started off. But then, when I was in college, it was a time when late 80s and 90s when blogging thing was not existing because there was no thing such internet and stuff like that. So what I was used to do, I was just to write things, whatever would come up into my mind at one point of time. Suddenly, a thought would pop into my mind, and I thought I should write it down, and I would do that. And the very next day, I will walk into my college. I was from Patka, so I would walk into the college and I'll catch hold of my friends. Hey, Ishan, come here, my friend. Please sit down so I'll tell you what I have written. And people like Ishan would be kind enough to say, okay, bata, but not all of them. Some of them would say, okay, I'll come, and then they will vanish into thin air. And so I realized that there was a kind of pang and angst in my mind that I am writing and I want people to read, and there was no platform as such. So every time to catch hold of a friend or an acquaintance and ask him or her to read, and things was a bit difficult, including so far when one of my friend he told that, "Are you aware of a thing called blog?" I said, "Not much of that. Could you elaborate that?" And he said, "Blogging is a thing which you can do free of cost. You can post your ideas, whatever you feel like, whatever you write, you can post." And so that thought started developing into my mind. And one fine day, I started with Sam the Smart Guru, WordPress.com, my blog, which was catering with various things. That's how I started with blogging in that sense.
Yes, sir. So, like, when you started blogging at that point of time, rather, like, did you have any ambition, like, I want to take my blog to this position, or it was just like free blogging, like, I want my words to reach the public?
Absolutely. My intention was just to reach out to maximum people like you people are, who are so bright, young, and the one who actually holds that power within, the one who can change the course of history. It is me, like people are all done. We are now old bones. The only thing what we can do is we can write and we can advise and we can suggest. It is all who you people who can implement that and actually bring the change in the course of life. And so I thought I should start blogging, and that's how it all came into.
Sir, but advice is the main step in starting something, right? So I agree. You all
Advice is
are,
free, so we all advice is given free of cost. So we always have that habit of giving free. We all Indians have that habit of taking everything whatever free and giving everything whatever is free. If it is cost, we normally don't share it.
yeah, sir, sure. So, sir, like when you did this, did you have any like inspiration as such? Did you see, like, when you started blogging, did you see some personality in the blogging industry, like this is a very good one and I can be like him, or it was just like trying to be
See,
yourself?
no, no, Ishan, and there was no such thing. When I started writing when I started blogging, there was no such inspiration because it suddenly came up from, it was just a discussion between me and a friend, and he just mentioned something about blog, and I started doing my groundwork, or rather, I'll say homework in that sense. And just started doing it. And when I started doing it, I was kind of amazed and astounded to see that there are so many great individuals and people who are penning down, and these blogs are actually something what soul searching and inspiring in that sense. And so it happened. Now I do follow certain individuals, and they are great in all sense.
Yes, sir, I agree. I also had my inspirations from this industry. That's when I started blogging as well.
Could you
But
please tell
it's
me whom you follow and
I follow Chris. He's like an American blogger. I used to read his work and I used to be like, I want to be like him. So I
fine,
wasn't
great,
a very good English writer, so I started writing poetries. So that's what I started right now.
great, Ishan.
Rather
I
than
just
talking about myself, I'll tell
no, no,
some.
no,
I want to
Ishan.
ask you.
I'll rectify you one. You never judge that are you a good writer or are you a bad writer. The most important part is that you are a writer and just keep penning it down. You don't take it that way. That is it my writing is good? Is it my writing is bad? Is there any grammatical errors? Is it the sentence structure is good or bad? You don't consider that good and bad things. You just make sure you pen it down from your heart, and things will be there, and is going to help you a lot. Yeah, please, Isha.
Yes, sir. Thank you for. I'll take that advice. I know it's
You
important.
should.
Yes, sir. My next question is, when you started blogging, how did you expand your reach to millions of people?
See, it's not. I'll come back to one point. I am not reaching out to huge amount of people. Yes, surely, because as of I am a junior college teacher, I am associated with one more college, which is a morning one, and there are degree college students. Along with that, because I roam around, I work with various levels of, like rather I'll say NGOs, and I visit other colleges as a resource person for some other reason. So in that sense, though I'm a very mediocre teacher, I confess that, but still my reach is bit in terms of comparative with other teachers of my fraternity. I'm extended to much larger audiences, and so wherever I would go, I will take my ideas, my suggestions, everything what I feel like, including my blog as well. And so it went on to many students, and they started, and eventually it started with a good number of people at the end.
Okay, sir, I get it. Like, yeah, I understand we should also take inspiration from these words because it's just like what we all need at this point of time. So,
Yes, yes.
sir, and what like there are aspiring bloggers like me who are trying to make their position in the blogging industry. So, what and how, what steps should we take?
uh, See what mistakes I did. I'll share that. It may help you to know what I should not do. So what I did initially was when I started blogging, I was just to write everything, so that my blog was in that sense in a kind of a sabji mandi where you find everything, right from a cabbage to tomatoes and potatoes and everything. You find everything. And so at times I got a feedback from so many of friends and acquaintances and individuals like you that this is not working because we consider blogs with some specific thing, and it is better to stick with one topic or idea in terms, and you start working on that instead of putting everything, because if you put everything it will become more like a subsi mandi, and people will not turn off for that reason. And so at one particular time I thought I should be specific with my blog, and so I focused my blog more on films. And now my blog goes with Sam the Smart Guru WordPress.com, and it is redefined as our films, their films, great films. So whatever I post on my blog is all dealing with my idea of films, what films are, and how I can take films as a topic to my younger lot like you, and how they can start reading the films, which is a different process. Normally, everybody is watching films. I thought I should make my young friends like you to understand even there's a reading part in a film. It's not reading a script, it's reading actually a film and how to interpret everything. And that's how I started doing it.
Okay, sir. That's
So my blog is now specifically with understanding cinema in that sense, to be more holistic.
yes, sir. These what you just said about reading a film was amazing. Like maybe we all should try this out. So maybe our cinematic experience will be much better.
So Ishan, I'll share my inspiration for whom I have no words to express, because this particular person is no more with us, but still his work is there and his blog is there, and they put on great work. His name is Roger Ebert. So I'll highly recommend you. I'll boot all my experience and everything, whatever you know about me. I'm going to boot it out. I'm going to put it like emphasis with every element of mine for all young individuals like you, and especially for Ishan Kaushik. Just check out Roger Ebert and the kind of the encyclopedia will come across films, and then you will realize there's a big difference of watching a film and reading a film, and this is what all individuals like Roger Ebert had done so far. So you check it out with Roger Ebert's blog, and he's fabulous in terms of how you understand films better.
Sure, sir. I'll make it a point to look up him. Uh, so, sir, right now, COVID-19 is still there. No vaccine has still come. So, do you have to tell anything to our viewers during these harsh times?
It is. It is. See, this is harsh times, but I can take it that way. It's a blessing in disguise. I don't know actually what harsh you consider that as, because Ishan, a day before I have come from a visit to interiors of Maharashtra called Sholapur district, and I've been to far across to reach out to students who are defined as underprivileged, not able to get every of the resources, and me and my friends who are of the kind of same wavelength, kind of mutual admiring society. We went far across the interiors of Sholapur district, even to Usmanabad, and gave whatever we have to in that sense of COVID also they can get to know things about life. So when I went, initially there was a kind of fear at back of my mind. My family was a bit worried that I'm going in this particular scenario when things are not that good, and there's a great chance that it may happen something bad to me as well. But I went and I took all precautions. All my friends, we were used to take all precautions. Even whatever the kids would used to come, we would used to take all precautions. And then we realized if you take precautions, things are in a way blessing in disguise, because I was traveling in a railway compartment where half of the compartment was all absolute empty, and I was like lying down throughout. I'd been to places where traveling was easy because there are not much of vehicles plying on the road. And the most important part for young individuals like you are getting ample of time these days. Traveling from your place to your school or colleges, in that sense, it's consuming great amount of time and efforts and energy. And these days you are not traveling. Everything is your doorstep. Schools have turned up to your place. On your screen, you get your teachers and everything is there. So traveling is not there. So you get huge chunk of time which you can contribute in writing. But before that, it is reading. So it will start with reading, writing. When you start reading, you will definitely at one point of time realize that now time has come for me to write. And the moment you start writing, reading, writing will take you to a third level called analyzing. And fourth is observing. The moment you start analyzing, के साथ observing, you will become a great writer, which you are almost on the threshold of it. Because reading and writing is just nothing but a process of understanding our own self in the given surrounding, in the vicinity what we are, in the kind of environment what we are. And the moment you start analyzing and observing things, you can turn out to be a perfect individual in terms of writing, because these are the four elements we require, and you got almost everything to the fullest in your career.
So yes, sir, these were all of my questions I've got done for you right now. Thank you, sir, for removing time for us. I know your busy schedule, so thank you, sir.
All my pleasure, and God bless you. Before I leave from here, I wish you all the best. And Ishan, blogging or not, keep writing. Most important part is keep writing, because the moment you keep writing, it may be on a form like blog or in WhatsApp or in any form, because today you are so blessed one to have a digital format, the one which you are right now, and keep writing. But then if you keep writing on a blog, definitely reach out to more number of people, and that is the reason why today blogging is considered to be one of the best forms of writing. So I'm signing you off with all the best of the blessings. God bless you, Ishan.
Thank you, sir. And guys, as we end the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel for more amazing content which will come your way. Thank you.